right, and us welcome back to the channel. And today we have a video that is called Johnny Elbows, the story of TikTok's strangest predator. Um, and it says in this a description right here, Johnny Elbows was a popular meme on TikTok that recently got exposed for saying some very questionable things. So we're about to investigate on what the fuck he said and also like what the fuck he's doing. And I shout out to Briz. And if you like this reaction, please hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. The link to this video will be down in the description below. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Your body is built like a doodle jump monster. Alright, welcome back, ladies and ladies with dicks. If you recently felt your house damn near bust off.
What kind of intro is that, bro? Bro, this is my first video of reacting to you, bro. That's crazy.
Stilts, it could have been caused by Mr. Dorito Tilts over here. He kind of looks like one of them caterpillar titty folks that NASA designed to show the perfect body to withstand a car crash. So if you're wondering why I'm making a diss on the man that has the build of a fucking Hershey piss, that's because he was recently caught on video complimenting a bunch of little kids, going on tangents about their clothes, and making overall comments that should never be made from somebody at the ripe age of 36. And this amalgamation goes by the name of Johnny Elbows. I was half expecting Sawyer's because his skin looks damn near taxidermy. This is the result of a family tree that just goes straight up. There's not too much known about his backstory other than he does have a medical condition, one that I could not give one luck of a fuck about because nothing off the Mayo Clinic is going to excuse messing around with kitty titties, so sympathy is the last thing I could ever give to him. If anything, I would put an air pump in his ass to fix his deflations as an act of kindness because his body is built like a half sit on whoopee cushion. But one thing is for certain, he is definitely a fellow that stands out from the rest, so I'm sure many of you guys have seen him before, whether it be through memes or Instagram, a couple of TikToks, or at the edge of your bedstand in a sleep paralysis. Point being, he's a modern marvel that's known to many and got popular for his unique Odette family appearance, one of them being a video of him somehow wirelessly eating food before taking a bite of it.
Living player. Right? Hey! You gotta be quicker than that, buddy.
The Bluetooth device.
It's like he ate that shit through a Bluetooth connection. My man started chewing before he could even get his hand in the bag. Or maybe he swallowed one of the flies that fell into his orbit. It's really hard to tell, but what's not is Johnny's signature roar.
Let's go.
Whenever a challenger comes to
God.
face him, he releases the yeasty beast that lies within him, almost like Naruto blowing out the 9 tails and the eardrums of anyone he sees as a threat.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bitch sounds like an angry bird getting released off the slingshot. But I'm sure that scream had everybody pissing puddles, and this is one of the many acts he would do on a regular occasion. See, Johnny is just a giant internet punching bag or a free-bearing fleshlight that welcomes dicks of all kinds to glide down his throat until the sack smacks his tooth like a start of a skee ball stack. All of his content was sourced around him doing live streams where people were taunting him to do dares, challenges, and other things to practically laugh at him and not with. Listening to everything they say, all the while being recorded by one of his friends that encourages Johnny to quite literally bend over and take it up the ass, or at least blow out whatever pooty pebbles he has stuck in it, because his most famous live stream to date was him shaking his ass like a mating cricket for a donation, which sounds already disgusting enough, but it would only get worse upon further inspection, where you can clearly see a little dollop of gutter brown daisy is soaking out of his ass cheek. As impressive as it is disgusting, I think one thing is for certain, that this story really has no heroes. The guy recording Johnny waving his ass side to side like a windshield wiper claimed to be one of his good friends, but when you really think about the bigger picture in all of this, cameraman wasn't laughing with Johnny, but doing what the rest of the live chat was doing and just simply laughing at him. He would never treat Johnny like a human, and all of his live streams simply felt like a grown man exploiting somebody that's disabled for his own online benefit.
People are clamoring for twerks, Johnny. They want twerking. Uh-oh. Here it is. Johnny's twerking.
So there's a bunch of preposterous behavior going across the board in all parties that are involved. Really no one to root for, but sadly he's the only human that went into the tall grass and brought back one of the monsters from it, making him our one and only source of information or news about Johnny after the situation, which I'll touch up on in a little bit. For Johnny's solo content, it seems he took the direction that every creep with a limp dick erection takes on TikTok, which was thirst trapping. I'm sure many of you remember that's what Dylan Zippy, the last minor refiner I covered, did in order for kids to see his deformed Willow Monster corkscrew of a penis. So it's no surprised that Johnny was following in his footsteps, as it seems to be the status quo for all these crusty camel toes out there to use TikTok as their home base and post content that always holds some sexual undertone on an app that's catered to children. It's almost like seeing the dark clouds start to swarm together in the sky and tree branches starting to fall off of trees. It's always like a sign of impending doom, because there's just no other reason to make yourself a sex symbol on a kid's app other than if you just want kids you're fucking selling. So I think it would serve right to show this hopeless romantic collapse his lung and clobber his tongue over his journey of finding his soulmate.
Hey, ladies, if you girls want a shot at this, just come look for me in Logan, Iowa. I'm mostly downtown walking around by myself. Just come on by, give me a big hug, or give me a big left kiss. I won't stop it.
So I probably should have warned all you ladies to bring a spare pair of panties, because I'm sure after watching this your walls are blown out the Niagara Falls to even dream about having a chance with this man. But unfortunately most of you that are watching are too old for him anyways, because a few weeks ago he was caught up in one of his live streams getting followed by a group of kids that were in fairness harassing him, making fun of his God's rush hour appearance, and following him when all Johnny was doing at the given time was live streaming in his signature Shake Shack with his friend Mario. The cameraman I mentioned earlier that shot a whole Sin City music video on his shit stain was also accompanied with him, recording the whole entire incident. So Mario initially was telling Johnny that was bothered at the time by a bunch of chip-toothed, snot-bubbling toddlers spewing out some elementary the big fat skid riddler playground type of insults at him. Nothing that should personally inflict a grown man to respond, because it's just not something that's worth responding to at all, because attention is what these little orphans are seeking for, so providing none would be the best solution, which is what Mario was suggesting for Johnny to do the whole entire time, which I'll show now.
Over here too, look. What fucking losers, my lord. John, I'm about to just have you get in my car and we'll just go somewhere, man.
Let's just do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, get away from them.
Instead of hitting the car that they mentioned before to escape the endless torment caused by the Satanist third graders, they rather thought it would be best to waddle 20 feet to take shelter under a gazebo, like the children had the sight of a sped-ass mole rat and couldn't see a man take 10 paces to the left.
It's the same
Every time I
summer.
move somewhere, they have to move too.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So of course the harassment ensued from the kids that were calling him Booger Boy and other names, and Mario once again was pleading for Johnny to just turn the other cheek and drown them out until they eventually go away. And Johnny would do just about the worst God-given thing imaginable in all this and get fucking aroused, having some sort of degrading kink to the middle schoolers' insults to the point where he says one of the little girls in the group has what he describes as a cute butt.
We are friends, but...
Alright, they're leaving. I'm sorry, I apologize about this, everybody.
Especially that girl in the shorts keeps looking at me.
Leave them alone, John. Don't pay them no attention, man. If you don't give them any attention, they won't bother you. You know what I mean? No, John. What? John, no, dude.
If that
No, it's
nigga.
not cute. That tooth-to-gum ratio. Your teeth are shaped like some moldy-ass window blinds. Every time you open your
Call
mouth,
the
it almost reminds
FBI
me of Pennywise
immediately.
under the bleachers about to take a bite. And I guess it's fitting after seeing this clip too, so it doesn't really take a licensed lawyer or anybody else to explain how this shit is wrong. Tricks are for kids, dicks are simply not. Whether you have one leg, Down syndrome, or purple tits with mismatch of admits, children are never something that can be bypassed or allowed to be preyed on just because of a disability. And he tries to save the sunken ship with a hairdryer because his rebound excuse was mentioning on how he didn't mean to say the girl's ass was looking cute, but rather the shorts she was wearing is what he was actually infatuated by.
No, dude.
No, not her.
What
Not
the
her
fuck?
butt, her shorts.
No, dude. No,
I like
man.
the shorts at first.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll hold up great in court, John. Oh no, officer, I wasn't looking at her vagina, I was simply looking at her asshole. This has to be some big mistake. You didn't even hesitate to say it the first time. Moreover, giggling with glee about it the first time you said it, damn near ejaculating into your pants about it. So unless the disability in question is dementia, which judging by appearance it is most certainly not, he didn't even initially see nothing wrong with what he said and didn't, only started to react negatively when Mario started shaming Johnny like he was some drunk friend at a frat party that he was embarrassed of. The whole situation is really strange all across the board, but nothing gets weirder than complimenting a child's ass, and that's just the bottom line hook and sinker point for me to not show this guy even an ounce of consolation because there's just none to give. He knew it was wrong and got surprised when for some reason his friend didn't start flipping over the table celebrating the fact that he just exposed himself as a sex offender. And it wouldn't be too long after making this comment that the live stream would eventually end, but what would start is the many questions people had acting almost surprised that a 400-pound man that got famous for hitting some shitty gritty is capable of doing something like this. Fuck the whole don't judge a book by its cover memo, because over half the time that I do have these suspicions about people, I end up being right, I swear to God. Ever since his first TikTok of himself foaming out the mouth asking for any woman in his town to run up to him and bite his lips off, it's obviously going to come off as extremely unsettling given his age, and not some cute little playful video he sent out to brighten everybody's day. And ever since I did see that TikTok, it was almost like an omen for me to stay as far away from Johnny as possible. Bing bong, Johnny's imaginary cameraman would instantly cut out all ties with him practically before he could even finish that sentence, and elaborate that he no longer has any respect for him, acting like he had any in the first place, and rightfully apologizing for everybody that was there to see this disaster unfold.
Y'all, I am so sorry for what he said today. That shit's fucking disgusting. I do not condone it. I'm fucking sickened. Really, like, been nauseous since that shit happened. Just absolutely appalled.
Congratulations on doing the bare minimum as a human, but don't be acting like you're still the same person that almost gave Johnny a colonoscopy with the camera lens in order to get more donations for yourself. You don't get any pretty flowers for your bravery, bitch. Mario would go on to detail what conversation they had after the live ended, where Johnny explained that he was only being a predator as an act of honor.
I lost all respect for that dude. I don't give a fuck about his condition. There's no excuse for what he said. And then his explanation and he said, because I was being ornery. Fuck that.
And that about sums up my exact thoughts on that excuse as well, because there's nothing titular about blowing your heart out of your chest over a kid's emoji shorts. Maybe you would get a Medal of Honor on Epstein Island, but in a public park, I'm surprised a SWAT unit in ghillie suits didn't jump out of the bushes and tackle him right there on the spot.
No, I have a child. That shit's not cool. Even if I didn't have a kid, no fucking way.
And now your kid has to starve and eat ice trays out of the freezer because his disheveled Home Alone burglar of a father relied on a man's disability to provide for the family. And now that that came all crashing down to hell, you gotta look for a pizza restaurant that would be willing to put their logo on your clapped out, rusted up 97 Camry that blows up by the time you pull it out of the driveway. Johnny made his own apology on his own TikTok, begging for forgiveness and saying that he just didn't mean to say it at all, and he takes everything that he said back.
I take it all back what I said to that girl. And I'm sorry I said that. I wish I'd take it all back. And Mario, when you get this, I'm sorry. I hope
This
you
nigga
forgive me someday.
just pathetic, bro.
That's okay.
Sometimes it's hard to talk over these tears. You know, I bet if you said this in a townhouse, everybody would just start clapping and giving you a standing ovation. Hell, I'm sure even the judge would bust his ass on the table and start showing everybody his own skid mark. Obviously, nobody's going to buy this shit because what was said is something you can't just simply take back. There were many things you could have done, like cuss them out, walk them bitches back to the parents' house. Hell, you could have ripped their tonsils out of their throats and I would still have more respect for you. But instead, you just chose the worst option. As a response to letting kids get under your skin, you try to literally get in theirs by sexualizing their asses. Like, who just does that anyways when they get mad at somebody, let alone children? If I got slapped in the face and then later followed up with a compliment on my fat cock, I would be quite confused on what exactly to do next. Either way, it's still a horrible thing what Johnny did. He doesn't have any good guidance around him, and him even blowing up on the internet for just his appearance, I think shows that flawlessly. His only friend was a bully towards him, and even though he left for the right reasons, he was never really there for Johnny in the first place. You could have mixed emotions about him, but I think he's a disgusting freak that stands at the bottom of the playground slides with his mouth open. But I think that's gonna wrap everything up there to really cover about the thumb off the spy kids spying on kids, a very abstract and weird story that we were cursed to have be public on the internet, and it's just one of the many semen demons out there that use their fame on TikTok for all the wrong reasons, for having their fame expose them and their true selves for who they really are. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to slap a like on this vid before your dad slaps you, subscribe to hit my vibe, make sure to also follow all my socials, especially my Instagram. Your boy is trying to get a brand deal out there, so running that up would greatly help. And with that being said, I will catch you guys next week. I know I said 2
Yeah, man, this is pretty fucking crazy. Insane, bro. It's just like, it's just disgusting and insane, you know. Very hard to put into words, but you know what I'm saying? A good thing he and he's no longer, you know, they're on the app under hopefully. Damn, man. Fucking crazy. Fucking disgusting, man. Send this nigga to hell, the jail, the deep depths of hell. You know, send that nigga on a first class ticket to hell, man. Yeah, and if you like this reaction, I just hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. The link to this video will be down in the description down below. And I'll see you guys next time.
I could have been somebody. instead of a